How to use and set up the Fluval U2, U3 and U4 underwater filter. Before you set up the filter and let it run like I do it here, you have to unbox it. First thing that you will find is this plastic bag here that contains the suction cups to put the filter on your aquarium glass and two attachments that go on the output of your filter. And I'm going to show it to you in a second. So the plastic bag can be thrown away, of course. So here you have these suction cups that are just normal in any underwater filter. And here you have the attachments that go on the outflow. You have two different kinds of attachments. Here I'm holding them side by side because one of them has this little nozzle on top, the one on the left hand side here. And this is where the Venturi system is attached onto. And this is the Venturi system, which just acts as a snorkel, so to say, to pull in air from your room, and this helps to keep your aquarium oxygenated. So now the next step is to actually take out the middle part of your filter. You have three sections in this filter, two like just sponge filters and one rather biological filter, and this is here in this midsection. The biological filter substrate, which is called Biomax, is kept in a bag just for the transport. If you can have a look at this bag, it's super dirty in there. So what you want to do is get out these rocky parts, let's say, of the Biomax and get rid of all of the dirt. Otherwise this dirt will just be in your aquarium. I think it wouldn't be bad for your fish, but you don't need extra dirt in your aquarium. At least I don't need that. So what I do, I just put them in my hands and add them quickly back to this box, and then you can see all of the dirt that has accumulated down here. Just put this away and put it back into the filter. And the circular part down here needs to go on the bottom, and if you put it in any other way it won't fit. I just want to quickly show it to you. You cannot even close the lid if you put it the wrong way. So if it slides right in, it's done correctly. That's probably what you can remember, and then it's quite easily done. So if you have a look again, here the highlighted part, these holes, they need to point to the right hand side. And now if you look at the other filter parts, they are built in the exact same way. These are just sponge filters, and you can take out and slide them back in fairly easily, I would say, and it's very hard to make this wrong, so no need to explain here. Now the next thing is we will remove the stand. If you try to pull it away like this, it won't work. So just put it away on the upper section here, and then it slides right off as well. And the reason why we do this is we want to hide the cable by putting it into these plastic tabs here and leading it out from the top of your filter or from the top of your tank in the end, because that will be the case in most tanks. Now let's look at the stand. The stand has in the end 6 holes where you can add your suction cups, and I will put 2 of them on the top and 2 of them on the bottom. And if you want to do that, you just put them into the bigger end of these holes and then slide them in, and it goes fairly easily. And these are also pretty high quality suction cups from what I can tell. Then you can slide back on the filter stand. Also very easy. If you have to push too hard, you are probably doing something wrong, so everything goes fairly smoothly, I would say. And then the filter is almost set. Then last thing we have to do is to add our attachments to the output or outflow of the filter. And you have 2 different attachments, as I explained at the beginning. Let's add the attachments to the filter outflow. You need to add the one with the connector on top that allows for the attaching of your Venturi system on top of your filter, and the other one without a connector for the Venturi system goes below. So let's start with the other one and just add it in there. And you have this extension that goes around this connector. You can remove this to be able to put it in a little more firmly and then reattach it to it. And this is quite important because it points the water upwards or downwards wherever you want it. And then you can add the attachment with the connector for the Venturi system as well. And last but not least, you can also add the Venturi system itself, of course. Then I quickly rinse the filter because it was transported. I don't know who handled it at Amazon, so I want to get rid of any larger dirt particles, and then I add it to my tank. And now you can one time press it towards your aquarium glass, and then it usually holds for a very, very long time. And then you turn it on and the water starts flowing out right away, which is really, really nice. You don't need to do anything else. As you can see up here, this Venturi system is above the water line, and this is really important. You can see the water bubbles, or the air bubbles that are within this water stream here. This is because I added the Venturi system above the water line, and this is very, very important, otherwise it won't suck in any oxygen. You don't necessarily need that, but if you want your water to be highly oxygenated, then you should probably do that. Now, you can of course adjust the water flow here, because you have basically 3 different options of letting water flow out of your filter. And the way you do that is you open the lid and then you adjust the flow by moving the nozzle on top of the filter. And here's a top view so you can actually see what I'm doing. So this nozzle here, you just move it, and then the filter or the water flows out from the lower point if you move it back from the Venturi system, let's say. Then if you move it to the side, so if you move it like this, the water will start flowing from this midsection of the filter. And the way you see this is by all of the leaves that are moving right in front of the filter. And then if you move it back, so just again the pointer points towards the Venturi system and not away from the Venturi system anymore, you can directly see that the water will flow out of the top section of the filter again. And this is what I want, because I actually want the Venturi system to work, and this way the water flows out from the upper point, and this is the only way the Venturi system will work. And if you want to change the amount of air the Venturi system sucks in, then you can just move this nozzle. Now I also moved the filter a little into the back, and will probably plant 1 or 2 plants in front of it. And if you're interested in seeing how I set up this fish tank here, where there's only Neocaridina shrimp in there, namely chocolate shrimp and cherry shrimp, you can click on the video on the right hand side now. And if you're interested in seeing a more recent video, you can also check out the video on the left hand side. Thanks for watching.